You see, part of the problem now is us. We can't blame everything today on the devil. Yes, he's still there and he's still working. But actually, we've overcome him. His power is broken. We can get up now and get on out of here. But there are some little things that we need to do, that we need to be cognizant, conscious of, and aware of. One of these things, our compassion for brother, our compassion for sister. And sister, your compassion for brother. And brother, your compassion for sister. Esau has now been spotted. Jacob's messengers say to Esau, Jacob sent us to present you with gifts. He said to us to say to you, my Lord, Esau, my brother. They rushed back to Jacob. And they told Jacob that Esau is advancing with 400 men. And Jacob got scared. He became quite frightened. Why was Jacob frightened? For the same reason why you are frightened when you do wrong. When you know that you've done somebody wrong, stolen, lied, your power leaves you, brother. It actually disappeared. Now you can stand up and try to look tough and act bad, but if you lie, you really will. And you know it, and I know it, because I know how you feel when you got truth. Back to us. I know what truth makes you feel like, and I know what the lie makes you feel like. So Esau didn't have any fear. Jacob is scared. What is Jacob afraid about? Because Jacob knows that he years ago had lied to father and stolen Esau's birthright. And now here comes Esau with 400 men. And Jacob is afraid. So what he did is he set out rows of animals, lined them up, and then put a leader and a band with them. He divided them in two divisions and set the second division out front. He said that if Esau conquers or smite, that's the word the Bible uses, if he smites this one, then we will escape with the second one. But the way I want to handle this first one is that I want there to be regiments. The term regiments is not used in the Bible, but being somewhat militarily inclined, I know that that's what's being talked about. They're setting up rows of defense. The first group are to meet Esau and say, Esau, here are camels, milk camels with their coats, and goats and she-cows and he-cows that your brother Jacob sent to you. And if he doesn't accept that and annihilate them, then he's got another group going in presenting camels, she-goats, he-goats. And if he annihilates them, he's got a third group to go in presenting gifts. This is just a story in the Bible. That's all I'm talking about. You can read that yourself. It's not one that's made up. Now, finally, the night falls. Jacob and his two wives, with his two maidservants, take themselves sleep. But Jacob can't sleep. He's disturbed. He's restless still. Why is he restless and disturbed still? Because he's wrong. He's been wrong for quite a number of years. So, since he can't sleep, and listen to the Bible, just listen to it. He can't sleep, and he is alone. Alone. This is the Bible now. And while he is alone, he wrestles with a man. Now, before, we wouldn't say nothing about that. We would let that pass before the coming of Master Farad Muhammad. And while we were Christians, that wouldn't give us no problems at all. We would say, oh, that's okay. Now let the preacher preach. We're not going to question God's word. What does it mean that he's alone, but then he wrestles with a man? How can he be alone and here wrestles with a man? At any rate, the man that he's wrestling with is an angel of God. Now, I want you to take a look at this. Here is a Jacob wrestling with God's angel. This is the character of a person that you're looking at. Maybe you can't see it clear. Let me turn just for a brief period and look at Joshua. Joshua stood over on one side, and he looked up one day and saw an angel over on the other side with a sword drawn. Joshua. And when he saw this man with a sword drawn, he said, "Who art thou?" In so many words. And he said, "I'm an angel of the Lord." And when he said, "I'm an angel of the Lord," Joshua fell down and paid homage. But now, here is an angel that's with Jacob. And Jacob is not falling down paying homage. Jacob is wrestling with this angel. This is the character of Jacob. And not only is Jacob wrestling with the angel, but Jacob prevails. Jacob wins, in other words. They wrestled all night with the angel of God. A man in the Christian world wrestling with angels of God, and we didn't question it. It made no difference to us, so long as we could just sit there and feel like we're going to heaven and was going to hell all the time. But now, when the morning came, or the sunlight began to peek through, the angel said, "Jacob, I gotta go." Jacob said, "I ain't gonna let you go." He won't even let the angel go, holding on to him. What kind of character is this in Jacob? Jacob said to his angel, "I'm not going to let you go until you do what? Bless me." I mean, he had whooped the angel of God. I mean, he has beat him wrestling. Now, there is something in there about him touching the thigh and there being a hollow part in the thigh. We don't want to deal with that right now. I want to talk about compassion. We want to look at Jacob's compassion here. Don't seem like he's exercising too much of it, does it? Now, the sunlight is about to break, and the angel needs to go. He's already lost the wrestle. But Jacob said, I ain't going to let you go.